Right, this is my new Logitech V2, arrived today, and I've been watching some of these, and for some reason or other, Creality, it's got a meanwhile power supply, which are very good, supposedly, but there's only one fan. That fan pulls air in, but it's totally enclosed. There's nowhere for it to pull the air through the power supply. So I'm going to take this off, cut that tie wrap, move those cables over here. Now this is a bit awkward because there's one screw here, and then on this side, which you can't see at the moment, there's two more screws before we can lift this cover off. There's a catch there as well, so I'm assuming the cover will go that way, but first off we've got to undo these two, and these two, and that one. So let's get rid of that tie wrap. Pardon me. Oh dear. So, got in my throat. Let's undo that one. Stopped. Oh, it hasn't. Get the screw out. Put it there. Take this bit out for a minute. No, I might. This, didn't want to stop recording. I'll do this. Now, what you've got to be careful, there are some wires going to the stepper motor there that you can't disconnect very easily. So, as I don't need to move this power supply about much, I'm only going to tip it, undo the two screws on the left hand side as I look at it now, which are here and here. Those two, and the right size, and you'll see what I mean about I can't understand why Creality have done this way. It doesn't seem to make a lot of sense to me. I'm sure somebody else might be able to answer it, but as I say, I can't see why they haven't cut these extra slots. That's what I'm going to do. I should put that bit there for now. Oh, there you go. It'll stand in the little. Right, now then, this should now lift up. If it doesn't, it's okay. I'll try a little bit of old leverage. Now, what's holding it down? It's a screw. It's a screw on the top. Right, now turn it up that way. In fact, they're not holding it, but you bet your bottom dollar that these are. Oh no, they're not. Right. Now, I'm having fun because this is all brand new. And I can now tip it. And that's a different size bloody screw. Oh. So now I've got to try and find, that ought to be a 2.5. I don't, why is it a different size screw? Why? Because they can. That one don't fit. And that's a 2.5, and that one that's in there's a 2. Oh dear. Have we gone to an odd bloody size? Nope, that's not going to go. Put that there. I have got other screws. Let's see what reality gave us in their little kit parts. Give us a blade scraper. And the Allen keys in there. Oh no, how kind of them. Okay, let's have a look. Where security torques those. But one moment, please. Right, I've got a metric item, and I managed to get that screw that far and put it there. That must be a reason they decided to fit different. So the same length. I hope so. Oh. There. That's off. Now, you can't see any of that. Right, there we go. Now, that's the power supply. Now, this pulls air from here. You're still not seeing anything. It pulls air out of here, but it sucks air in through there, and that airflow cools the diodes, the transistors, the little inductors, everything, by drawing air in through there. When this is on, this fan blows out, but there's nowhere for it to draw in. I mean, this is covered, all that sealed. So what I'm going to do is adapt this, because it also, this little party thing part blocks the fan, and then I shall measure down and I shall cut a couple of slots in this. That's the idea. So that this top, I'm not going to cut grills. I'll cut 2 boxes in here and here, wherever it's supposed to be about there and there. So air can go in there and out there and cool this power supply. I've got no idea why Creality have done this. This poor little fan's just sucking a vacuum. There's nothing. There's no airflow. It's all blocked off. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, I've got a nibbler. I'm going to nibble that out with. And then I'll just do a quick measurement that I want to do against a piece of paper. And this, I'm assuming, will be the easiest way to do it. He said, trying to get a piece of paper. I'm quite a congested front room. I'm working in, which is why I can't do all the cutting in here. Right. Yeah, I just about see through there. So what I'll do, I'll hold that flat, and there's the pan. There. Hold that on there. Mark the centre. and then mark that edge there and there, and the internal edge, which is there, and that edge, the top edge, the bottom edge, and it'll be the same and across. Yeah. Okay, so I can draw there, edge right across. Right. Okay, so in theory, that will go around about there somewhere. I'll square all this up with a nice set square, well, engineer's square, this one. I'll do that on my lap, because I can, and hopefully you'll see what I tend to do. I'll put that on the centre of the fan, which is there. Good. Double check that's the centre. Across there. And that square. Across there. That square. That's there. That square. Right. Now I've got those, and I can punch the marks once I do this a second time. You don't have to be too accurate with it. I'm only going to cut this out on here, cut that out. Well, I'll use my nibbler, and once that's done, I'll come back to, you've just got a picture of my crutch. You don't need a picture of my crutch, but I'll go through that again. Why is this camera not looking at the paper? Right, so as you can see, we've got 2 marks on there, which is what I'm going to take out of here, and then this is going to give me the centre for that, which eventually I'll nibble out with my nibbler, so that centrepiece will disappear. No need for it at all. I shall come back. Right, I've resumed. I've cut the holes. Even this hole here is smaller than the hole in the power supply. I don't, it's clarity, why? Right, what I'm going to do now, I've got some of this filter stuff. You can see through it, see? And I use this on the computers for air filters. So I'm just going to cut a piece of this once I've marked it. About there. And I want a 1/4 inch overlap. That would be about there. I'm not too fussed. Yeah. Shut up. I hate rushing all this everywhere. I've lost my marks now. I noted snips. I'll tell you what. How big is that in those squares? Just under 11. Right. How sharp's my bloody knife now? I've got a scalpel, but I don't want to use that. Right, let's turn that round. Cut quite well. Right, that should now fit on there. You can't see a bloody thing, can you? Right, that should. I'm going to freehand this bit. I just want this day to end. Right. Quarter an inch or thereabouts. It doesn't really matter. I don't know. Just go within the knife. I've got a load of it. I've got to bugger it up. Need some more. That'll do approximately. Right, now all I need is my double-sided sticky. I'm working in a very confined area here. I'm just going to get my double-sided sticky. Have you done with my double-sided sticky snip? Got it. Right. Double-sided sticky. Let's find the end. It is here somewhere. I know it is. It's there. Right. Yeah. I'm not very crafty, am I? Some people would. Smaller, cleverer. Oh. Strip down the middle. You know what I've done? I've gone over the stuff. It sticks to everything, which is good. In a way, if you want to see what I'm doing. Maybe you don't, I don't know. All this, because Creality couldn't be asked to do it properly in the first place. Right. That's that. Hopefully this will come off. I don't know what to do with all the other little bits. Right. Now we've got to try and get the top pieces off. One. do the middle pieces first. I suppose that'll be wrong. 2. Come on. No. It's going quite, no, I'm not going to say it. I was going to say something stupid. Right, it's going well. Right. Now then. I'll round that up that end. Press it down. Now, I've got a roller somewhere. One thing I have on hand. Nice and flat. And there you can see the grills. If I, there you can see the grills. It's got the mesh on it. I think you can see. Ideally, that would be sprayed. And ideally, that hole would be bigger, but that would be done by the bloody growler, you know what I mean? Right. What I don't want it doing is being too sticky. So I will just give it a dirt rub. There. Now we can put this back on the power supply. I don't know whether you can see the power supply. Excuse all the juggling. If I'm still juggling. Right. So that means all right. Now this lifts up. Drops down sort of like that. Here we go again. Oh, pardon me. Alright, so that I'm getting to hold for this. Right. Let's see if we can get one of these horrible little odd size screws. I'm going to say odd size. I mean odd metric things. Right. One end loosely. Here's the other one. Now, this mod is a bit of a nuisance, I agree, but at the end of the day, it should make that power supply much more efficient, he said. Right, let's start. I don't know what I'm bothering about that. That's why I got this screwed on. I've not for this particular job. That was to save having to twist my wrist. My arm gets twisted from my missus too often. Right. I don't know whether you can hear me or not. But the whole point of this exercise what have I got that on? Oh, it's on max torque. Let's lock it off. Just see if I can nip it. No. 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 No, it's not a very good bit. I bought a cheap set of yonks ago, actually, a long time ago, of bits, and they just happened to have been in there. Tie wrap. I've got some black tie wraps, some smallish ones. Should do it. And flush cut that. Yeah. And we'll turn this over and hope that we haven't trapped any cables. No. There was a screw to put back in on the other side. Yeah. That one's in there. I know I've got the screw hanging about. So this is stupid having this no connectors. You better unplug everything because it's supposed to be quality. Is it underneath again? It was. Oh, I'm not having a good day. Right. You can't see a thing. I don't know how much you've not seen. Oh, it's just a little screw in the end, so you haven't missed anything from that point of view. If this video is rubbish, I won't bother putting it up. Then you wouldn't know it's rubbish, would you? To be honest. Is that tight enough? I mean, if your skills of metalwork are better than mine, which wouldn't be difficult, then at the end of the day, so I'm just hand tightening. I like this. That Bosch screwdriver, I must do some sort of review on it because it's very, very good. And I also got a wow screwdriver thing. What's it? And, I'm sure that this will get bashed about even more before I've finished. I'm waiting for some other bits before I start assembling it, because I'm going to have two Z drives, two X drives coming up on either side, stepper motors. That seemed to be the best that I could do, and so that's what I'm going to do. So that's the Ender, he said, trying to find it out. That'll stop shaking, and then focus, lovely. It's a well behaved camera. That was the dog coughing, and again he licks the floor a lot and other things, but there you go. That should hopefully keep that power supply cool, working, and I've got no idea why Creality covered it all up, because that little fan was just trying to pull air, but there was nowhere for the air to come in from. So anyway, like, hate, verbally abuse, whatever you want. That's it. Catch you later.